So let's see the quick demo of your ASP.NET Core hosting, right? So this is my Blazor application with app database, and which is just hosted, see in here, uh, free hosting. And if I see what are the products over here, so once you click that product, view all product, I'm able to see all that product over here, which is coming from database. So once you click, see I'm able to see all that product over here. And if I want to add, so I can just add some card to my item. And once you add, also able to see whatever item I just added over there. And if I want to see that view details, I can see able to view details. If I want to add, those item also will be added on here. And once you go back to cart system, so whatever item you just added, I'm able to see all that item is added over here. And if I want to order, so I can simply order that and just place that as a address, and then choose that payment option, whatever payment system, and I can just simply place the order. So once you get order, now I'm able to see my order is placed properly along with this tracking system. So yeah, everything this actually we are hosting in my free hosting server. So that we are trying to do in here, like we are just creating a Blazor application. We will building that application along with the database, and that finally deploy this application along with the database. So yeah, let's moving to start implementation. Before we start implementation, I'm especially recommend, if you first time visit my channel, so go to my channel, which is .NET Real World Example, and you can check out my many others videos where I can just show you how can deploy my application in Azure or any free hosting environment. And yeah, if you want to integrate front end, back end as a full stack developer, so you can learn many things over here. So now moving to our implementations. So let me quickly open my online shopping app with integrate database. So let me run it over here. Now my application got opened, and now see this is just online shop, right? And it is just integrate Blazor application along with that database, entity framework and SQL database. And then here there's a couple of options. So if you go to that view all products, so you can see all that products whatever we have in here. So now we have that one product, but if you add that more, so you can add it. Even if you add card this item, so it will add it over here, and also it will notify that one item got added in this card. And after that you can just go to that cards, and once you see that cards, so there is a one item is over here. So if you want to increase, so you can increase as as soon as actually once you increase, so you are able to see it got increase in the card level as well. So now if you want to check out, so just simply you can just check out. So once you check out, so you will asking you to like whatever shipping address you can provide, and what is the payment mode, like credit card or cash and delivery. So simply I can just use like Delhi. So I want to deliver in the Delhi, and simply I can place this order. So once I place this order, now see I'm just getting this order as over here, and nice tracking system also available here. Like you can see what is that your order number, what is that invoice, and also when it will be delivered, right? So simple, I just build this app, and I want to deploy this complete application along with the database in the free hosting. So for free hosting, what we need to do, simply you have to go with this site, which is a smart ASP.NET, right? And if you observe over here, so it is just giving you to 60 days, right, free trial. So there is a no credit card and all. So this is a nice platform actually, which I observed, like okay, if you build any application and if you are a startup, so you don't want to waste any money on this hosting environment, right? So you can just use it, and you can just expose your application to to internet, and you can start your business, right? So how we can deploy my app, right? So for that, actually simply you can just get started. And once you get started, now it is saying okay, see this is a 60 days, and whatever coupon you can add it, but yeah, I don't have any coupon. And in here I can just simply add it our informations, right? And here a very important part, see they are asking to email, right? So as of now you can just give your email, but I just use temporary email so that I can show you to you as a demo perspective. I can use it, use this smart ASP.NET for lifetime, right? Because see, if I use that permanent email, so definitely that will got expire after 60 days. But when I use temporary email, so definitely I can use as long as, right? So for that I say simply I can go with the temp email, right? And in here it will just generate as a temp email. And see, this is the temp email, and if I just copy this and go back to here and just make it so name, like for example uh just whatever name, right? So I'll just previously use this, so let me add 000, right? And mail would be whatever email, and confirmation mail with this. Okay, so it is saying it is already exists, so simply I can just delete this email, and once I delete it will regenerate another email. Okay, so I can simply just copy, go back, and I can utilize this one and this one. Perfect. Now I can just set up my password. So whatever password I can just set up as a temporary password. So let me add this, and let me add this. Okay, and we are good. Now we don't need to do anything over here. Simply this is the free 60-day trial, and this is a zero plan, and I can sign up. So once you sign up, now see, it is free trial sign up is over here, and also asking to control panel login. Okay, and yeah, you can just simply click on that control panel login. Now see, it is just redirect to your hosting, like hosting panel over here, right? So whatever name I just login name is, this is my here. And also if you observe in your email, so you will get one notification over here, so that actually provide that all that information of your hosting environment. Okay, so if you see, it is asking to just first actually verification, now next will come over here. So simply you can just verify over here, so I can just click on that. So for here how you can log in, so simply if you go to your email, right, and in here you can see this is your username, okay, which we just use it, right? So simply you can just copy this username, and also you just set your password, right? So simply go here and just put same password which we are sign up, right? So let me add same password and sign in. So now it's just redirect to your login, right? See, you are in here, right? So simply you can just try now. And yeah, I think again they are asking to, okay, so they are asking to actually set up this one also, like what is that your password and all for hosting our environment, right? So yeah, you can just get that same password or different password, whatever, but I'll just use same one, and whatever site you want. So I want to like shop now, okay, and this is my site name, okay, and this is my password, actually hosting account and that hosting password. So this is our server, like, so where you want you can choose it, but I'll just choose the default one and next is cool. Now see, it is just prepare and also asking to confirmation, so I'll just giving that confirmation. So now it is preparing your hosting. Okay, so first actually you are just logged in, and after that preparing the hosting. So now it is trying to preparing hosting, and you are able to see it is taking some time, like 1 to 3 minutes, but yeah, mostly it's complete within a minute. Perfect. Now see, they have just completed and also finalized that our hosting account and all, and it will just redirect automatically after this 20 seconds. So if you want to wait, so it will redirect, but if you want to, you can just click it. So I'll just click it to redirect it in my hosting. Now see, it is just landing my hosting account, and in here, see, this is just as a control panel, okay, and also status is look like active, and the plan due date is February 13 and 2026, means it will going to this state only, right? So before that also I will tell you end of this video, like how we can extend or how we can utilize my same app to again another account and this same hosting, right? So that I'll show you how we can utilize this lifetime. But yeah, first let me try to deploy my existing app along with the database. So I'll just just want to click in this control panel, okay, and in here see my first website is got created, and if it is not created, so yeah, there's an option. If you want, you can just create a new site, and in this new site you can just create it. But yeah, at a time I think they are providing only one, okay, so that's why we just created one, so it will show it. And one more thing, actually important part, see there's all that information, it is available. But what I need to do for deploy my app, so app, my hosting site is available over here. If you want to see the information, you can just click in here, show web app, and you will see all that information, like what would be a site URL, what with the site name, username, and this is password if you want to modify, and this is my publish setting, right? So this public setting actually we will use in our application to directly hosting. And if you don't want to using this public, so you can just individually site name, username and password, you can use it and then you can deploy it. But yeah, the best way I will use it for download this public one, and let me delete old one, okay, and just use this new site which already exists. So yeah, let me save it. Okay, now my publish setting is downloaded, that is cool. And yeah, I think that is pretty much good for here. And for database connectivity, right, so this is my site host, right, but where our database will be stored. So there is an option, if you see the database option, so just click on that, and you will be able to see there's a couple of type of database, right? So I will use MS SQL. So once you click that MS SQL, and in here there is a no database and limit, see, as also it is provided, I think 500 MB or 1000 MB, means 1 GB. So that is fine, but I'll just click this add database, and whatever database type you want, so you can utilize over here. And database name, right, so I'll just database name over here, for example my shop DB, right, so I'll use the shop DB, whatever name you can choose, you can choose it. And database name also I'll just use simple password over here, and that's it, okay, and submit now. So once you just create your database configuration, so it will just create your database over here, see, now your database got created, and this same database we will utilize in our application. So how we can use it? Simply you can click on this connection string example, and you will see this is your database complete connection string, okay, for that ASP.NET and classic ASP, and also if you want to PSP application, so you can utilize. So I'll just copy this, okay, complete, and just go back to your application and just stop that, okay. And in here go back to app setting dot over here, right, and what I'll do, simply instead of my existing connection string, right, which we are using locally, so I'll just change it to my, and in here simply you can just decorate, okay. Yeah, I think it is pretty much good. So yeah, you don't need to do anything, just you want to change the password. See, they are not getting any password, so whatever password you set up while set up your database, see, you can set it over here. So what was my password? My password, simply I can use this, and yeah, that is fine. And also if you want to connect the same server and database using your local SQL DB, right, so also you are able to connect it, because this is just hosted in the server, so you can connect anywhere in this in the world, okay. So simply I just save it, and once I save it, so now we need to actually migrate the DB, right, because we are using entity framework. So definitely if I just host this application to here, I can host it, but we need to migrate. So there's a two way. Ideally you can just use over here add migration and update migration, you can perform that. Or there's an option, actually right click on this connection connected over here, and go to manage connecting service, right, and in here see, I'm able to see my connection host. You can just use add migration and update migration, but I'll show you I think this will take as a optional. But first what I'll do, I'll just use this same profile which I just downloaded, right, so which I'll trying to use to deploy. And while deploying, we have that option actually to directly add migration and update migration. So if that works, so we will use that. Okay, so for that what I'll do, right click on that, and now we are trying to publish, so click on that publish and create a new profile, because I'll show you that from scratch, and use this option, import profile. Okay, so import profile, next, and choose your file where you just download it. So I'll just download it here, so use that, finish it and close that. Okay, so just simple, right? So everything, see, whatever that information you where your application hosting, so everything is over here along with the password and all. But one thing actually, you have to change it in this section. Like this is two section, one is hosting and this setting, right? So in this show all setting, in the setting option, so click on that, you need to change the deployment mode. Okay, which is very important, because without that actually your um, .NET Core application actually will not host it in this in this site. Okay, so you just need to change to this framework to framework dependent to self container. Okay, so I'll just use the self container, and here there's a other option over here. See, there's a couple of option, but I'll use this database. So see, this is the database, whatever database connection you get it over here, you apply that. So simply just check it, and now this is that migration things. Okay, so let me just expand that. If you expand that, now see, I'm able to see my migration context along with the DB connection. So this is the way actually where I don't need to forcefully migrate, but while publishing they will itself handling that update migration before publishing, right? So this is the best way actually. So that's why I use. But if it is not working over here, so I feel sometime it is not working, so definitely you can just first migrate your DB from your project itself, and then you can. But I'll use this one and just save it, and once you save it, now I can try to publish. Okay, so simple, I can just publish, and once you publish, it is asking to that password which you try to create while to your create a hosting, right? So I just use same password. So let me use my same password and okay that. Okay, finally see, it is trying to open it over here directly, right? But I can see there's a one no prompt it over here, so asking this connect this side because it is not secure, right? So that's why it is asking to, okay, just give that username and password. So where you will get this username and password? So if you go back to here, but before that actually I just want to see over here, see that publish perspective in this Visual Studio. So I can able to see everything is complete and also is published, right? And there is a couple of time, couple of DLL and all the files actually they will trying to deploy. Yeah, that is fine. Now go back to here. Yeah, so that information, so if you go back your email, so if you go back to your email, go back to inbox of that particular email, so you will get that information actually, that username and password. So simply I can utilize that username and password. So that could be last one. Yeah, this is that one. So if you open it, so yeah, see in here they're just providing that username and password, right? So I can just simply copy this and go back to here, paste it, and then password also is just simple, like, and just copy and just paste. Okay, and then sign in. Cool. Now see, once you provide that credential, now your app is running in this URL. So this is that URL. If you want to change in your URL, so you can change it. But yeah, now I can able to see my application got hosted on that web, and now I can test it that feature, like the database properly working or not. So for that, simply I can just click that view all products, so that I can see whatever that default product I am able to see. Now see, there's a default product which is coming from database, all the product is available, and if I want to add this card, so I can able to see it is properly increase my card. And if I add a 3 item, so now this is a 3 item. And if you want to see that view details, so once you click the view details, I'm able to see the view details as well. So now go to that card section. So whatever item I just added, I can able to see. If I want to delete, I can delete it. Even if I want to order it, so simply what I need to do, simply I need to check out. And once I check out, so I can add that details of shipment, and I can just click on that place the order. So once you place order, now see, this is that nice order tracking system where all that email, all that item, it is displayed over here, and it is just order place, and it will shipped and then delivered. And this is the invoice details. So it is perfectly working fine after deployment along with the database, right? And if you want to check the database also, so you can just go back to here, close that. So this is the database. So either two way, ideally you can just back up your database. You can just download this database to keep your local place, or every day if you want to download, so you can download it, so that database can backup. Because there is no option to, I think, uh, direct backup, but yeah, you can just take it as a backup. And if you want to connect to your local, so you can just simply open it, SQL Server Management Studio, and in here you can just give your server name. So let me get that server name. So I already add it in my connection string, so I can get it from there. So my server name is this, so I can just copy this, just change to this. And login information would we go back to again. So login information is user ID is this, and go back to here, provide that information. And password, I just set the default password, right? So let me use that same password. And also, if you option, so just mention your DB name, so I can just use my DB name. So this is my DB name which we just created, right? So go back and change my DB name, and we are good with that connectivity. So once you click the connect, now it's got connected over here. See, it's just trying to connect it. Okay, now if you expand that, I'm able to see the database and whatever the tables and also we can able to see. If you expand that tables, so yeah, this is the tables. So yeah, see, these are the tables which just created in my application. So order item product, and also it is a migration part, right? So let me try to check that product, whatever product we have. So let me create a new query over here, and just yeah, just pin this. Okay, and let me try to query this table from product. And if I just execute this, see, whatever data I just show it to you on my application, so those are these. And also I just order whatever order I just placed, right? So let me check whatever order I just placed. So it should be one order. So let me execute this. Okay, so order something like that, and execute that. Now see, just once order we just placed it, right? So there is a over here, and also payment is pending, right? So this is a nice. So that's how actually you can just deploy your application, right? And if you go back to your hosting environment, so see, this is your pooling system, and this is your site, and this is that information. And yeah, one more thing, suppose sometime if it is not working uh here, so see, this is a managed website, right? So sometime if it is not working, this your ASP.NET version, right? So so what do you need to check, like click on that, right? And go to this .NET Core mode, and in here, see, you have to just set this core hosting as a out process, because I think .NET MVC project, or other old mechanism actually we have to define. But in the latest .NET application which I using .NET 10, actually also see, it is .NET 10 application which does not set it everything. But yeah, it's look like I don't need to do anything, but it is working fine with .NET 10 application as well, So yeah, if it is not working, definitely you have to set your hosting model to out process also along with ASP.NET Core host in your application. So this setting actually just keep in mind. Yeah, I think that is pretty much good. And yeah, one last tips actually we want to show you, like if I want to this application to continue, because this is work only for 60 days, right? So after 60 days how it will work? So definitely the application whatever you have, that is fine, that's up to you, right? But for database, so for database perspective, you can just simply before 60 days you can just go with the database, right? And you can just download this backup, right? And if you just download this backup, again you just create another same process with this another email address, right? Temp email or any email address. So and just you can just upload section, and here see, once you download this backup, so it will store it will download as a .bak file, and then you can just simply restore your database. So there is an option also, you can just restore your database, and again you just create a website for the new website, and you can just continue your application, right? So this is the way actually you can just use this 60 days to unlimited, means this uh, without any until you think, okay, my I am not using any paid version of hosting, so you can utilize as a free your application, right? So yeah, I think that pretty much good for this session, right? And yeah, thank you, have a nice day, and don't forget to like, subscribe and share.